Okay, so time goes on. This is before the feds contacted you. You hear about the Cassie lawsuit. What did you think when you first read it?
So when I didn't dive into it, right? Mm-hmm. But I probably thought what every guy first thinks, right? And it's unfair, but this is what men think. You see a broken up couple and a woman files a lawsuit, and the first thing you think is
money grab.
Money grab.
Yeah.
Exactly. So that's the first thing I thought. I didn't think twice about it,
Okay. But you heard about the abuse and so forth. And, even if you didn't go through the lawsuit, you could see the headlines. Oh, Cassie claims that Diddy beat her up, that Diddy blew up Kid Cudi's car, that, all this other crazy stuff.
Yeah.
So, you're not carefully reading it, but you're getting these headlines. So how are you feeling as someone that was connected to the two of them, hearing these stories of what was happening when you're not around?
So I got it in parts, right? So one of the first parts that I heard that was she was going to write a tell-all book, right? So I thought the lawsuit was not necessarily associated to her own sexual abuse, right? Obviously they had moments where he was physically abusive, right? But I'm not tying that into sex. And I'm thinking it's about, I know about crimes, Kid Cudi's car, mm-hmm. The embarrassment of just physical abuse, and you don't want me to write this book, So I still at this time didn't know, the abuse and stuff that she went through on the level that was testified to. And I'm not a gossipy TMZ, like ear to the media guy. So I was really kind of just into my own thing at that time.
Well, yeah. I mean, after the lawsuit gets filed, a day later, he settles, which we find out was $20 million. And then you hear of a grand jury and possible criminal charges against Diddy. And then the video comes out in the hallway where you see Diddy basically beating her up like a man.
Yeah.
How do you process this? Here's this couple that you've been working for a few years. Everything seems hunky-dory and so forth. But now you're seeing Diddy really beat up Cassie badly.
Yeah.
What went in your head?
So believe it or not, before the charges and all of it, the videos and stuff like that, I had already been contacted by the feds.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I got contacted before, any charges before.
Okay. So what did the feds say when they contacted you?
So they tricked me. They duped me, right? And I'm going to tell you how.
Okay.
I just get a call from my doorman that you got visitors. I have no idea who it is. I come down. It's two guys. You can tell they're law enforcement. And, I run a club. So incidents happened in the club, right? So I'm thinking it's a club situation. And they say, hey, can we talk to you? I'm like, yeah, we can talk right here in the lobby. And they're like, well, it's in regards to Mr. Sean Combs. And I'm like, whoa, come upstairs. You know what I'm saying? They even started laughing. Follow me, man. So I bring them upstairs. And bro, I was really naive because my involvement seemed consented, right? Everything seemed cool or whatever. I literally spoke to them as if, hey, bro, I mean, I'm here, but I don't really have anything for you. And they kind of went along with that. Like, yeah, we're interviewing hundreds of people. We just got your name. It's no big deal. We just want to hear what was going on. So I'm thinking, I'm giving them my details, like, yeah, I didn't see this, I didn't see that. Well, what actually happened? So, like, kind of what I'm telling you. Well, it was just regular sex. I would come through, this is how it would be. He'll be across the room. And I'm giving them this information on the assumption that they're just doing due diligence and I'm never going to be contacted again.
Well, right, but to be fair, this is prostitution.
Yeah, but to be fair, I'm knowledgeable, right? Statute of limitations, 5-6 years, right? So
okay, yeah, I feel you.
Yeah,
I mean,
so
not that it's
done.
A huge deal, I'm sure you're thinking, okay, whatever, someone paid me to.
Yeah, so I'm saying, I'm thinking it could be other stuff, but not what I got to say.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I'm thinking more of my own self-preservation, right? Like, nobody wants to, look, people talk trash about, yeah, I'll never testify, whatever, this, that, man. The feds show up to your house, for real? You know what I'm saying? All right, let me see how you respond, like, that's crazy.
Right. Okay, so the feds approach you, and then they don't follow up, and then you hear about the grand jury, and then the video comes out. So when you see the video, what do you think?
Yeah, I mean, the video's tough, man. You know, anytime you see a woman abused in that manner violently, you know, you're gonna look at that and be like, man, that's rough, man. You know, even kind of in his apology, right? He tried to say, hey, look, I was in a dark place. You know, if you try to be a well-rounded human, right? You try to have empathy, right? And just there are moments where people can get to places that dark or that low where your decisions and the thing that you make are just unfavorable, right? Mm-hmm. So, but it is something rough to see, you know, when you see physical abuse like that.